man has been arrested over the mass shooting incident that occurred in southeast Wisconsin early Sunday morning that left 3 people dead. The incident occurred around 12:42 a.m. on the 18th of April at the Summers House Tavern, located at 1548 Sheridan Road in Kenosha, when a confrontation arose between a patron of the bar who wasn't cooperating with management and was kicked out. The ejected man then returned to the bar with a gun and started shooting inside and outside the tavern. It created a chaotic scene, with dozens of people that packed the bar frantically running in different directions screaming, trying to elude the gunman. It was reported that the shooter knew the victims. 2 men were pronounced dead at the scene, while another man trying to flee got shot, but managed to get into a car driven by a bystander. The driver managed to flag down an officer along the way, and the officer drove the person to a hospital, but the man succumbed to his injuries before getting there. The authorities responded to the scene, but the gunman had left. They cordoned off the area and collected evidence, including viewing surveillance footage to identify the suspect. He was at least 6 feet tall and wearing a light-coloured hooded sweatshirt. Emergency crews took at least 2 people out of the tavern with injuries. Another victim received CPR just outside the front door. Around 100 officers then went out looking for the gunman, and finally, about 4 p.m, the authorities stated they located the suspect and arrested him. It said the gunman acted alone, and he's been charged with first-degree murder, as well as a slew of other indictable offences. A man has been charged with murder after fatally shooting 2 men. The shooting occurred just after 5 p.m. on Saturday the 17th of April, just outside an apartment complex where 24-year-old suspect Adam Bird lived, located on the Lower King Street in Caboolture, just north of Brisbane in Australia. The 2 men shot were 23-year-old Daytona James Paul and 37-year-old Aaron Davis. Police responded to the site at 5:15 p.m, but the suspect had fled the scene. Wounded and bloodied, the 2 men made it to the driveway of the complex before collapsing. Paramedics arrived and desperately tried to save the men's lives and were transported to the Caboolture hospital, but were declared dead. Witnesses told police they saw a man driving off in a Toyota Yaris. The area was cordoned off and evidence was collected as other officers were deployed to search for the fugitive. 2 hours later, the hunt for Bird was over when the Toyota Yaris was spotted at a service station. He was 80 kilometres away in Beenleigh-Redland Bay Road in Kenosha, in Brisbane southeast, and he was arrested on the spot. It was reported that the 3 men were known to police and to each other, and the authorities were trying to establish a motive for the attack. The 24-year-old Caboolture man has been charged with 2 counts of murder, possessing a shortened firearm, and other weapons offences. He's been remanded in custody as the investigation into the matter continues. A murder-suicide took place on Saturday the 17th of April at a home located at 909 Country Lane in Watertown, Wisconsin. A 52-year-old man killed a 16-year-old boy around 3:40 a.m. that morning before taking his own life. Evidence at the scene indicates the deaths were most likely the result of murder-suicide. Scant details on the matter have been released to the public, and the names of the deceased have been suppressed pending notification of family members. Further information will be released as the investigation into the matter continues.